Okay, hi everyone. Welcome to another FxEdge Power Hour. I am Marcello Ducille. Today's February 20th, 2013. We're going to do today what I've done for years, which is an analysis of the markets and evaluation of our strategies, which are based upon the 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time close of our daily bars and our 4-hour bars. Thereafter, we will have a brief questions and answer session, so let's get to it now. Okay, so let's talk about where the market is now. We actually had a interesting day in the market that really is. Hopefully, it'll set certain things in motion here. We had a move down, come out of this apex. Price looked like it was moving up. It did move up very nicely, actually, from where we were here at the low at the 38.2 all the way up about 112 pips to 134.30 area, 134.33, and then price just hits the wall and just really falls really hard, and falls right through our area of support. Now the support level is a long-standing support area. 1, 2, 3, 4, and now we just passed through at 5. So 5, and now this 6 point here. As soon as we got out of this apex, it broke through. So this is a very strong area of support, which means that the market may have a real intention to continue to move down, and move down considerably, from here. So we can easily, we'll have to watch and see what happens. But the trend line has been broken. We have a break of the trend line. We have a close below the trend line. And so just one or two things can happen here. We can have a retest of this trend line here, and then we can have a price push down, or we can have kind of a reversal candle form here, a railroad tracks or whatever, and then continue to move up. So based upon the fact that we're down here, that we've broken this trend line, we haven't, we're not that far below the trend line. Actually, the trend line is at, let's see here, 133.20, and we had a close at 132.78. I'm sorry, 132.96. We had a close at 132.78. So just 18 pips below that trend line. It's not an awful lot, but it does say a lot. We did have this big sell bar off of here, looking for, we had about 163 pips of movement here, and so we've got to be looking for a bounce off of this area to the sell side if this trend line or this break of the trend line is to hold. So we may have another a touch at 133.15, and then a push down from where we are, and then we'll have to establish new support levels. And so anyway, that's what we're looking at on the euro dollar. Right now, we don't have a trade. We don't have a trade on the euro dollar. We'll have to wait for a change from red to green when that time comes. It's not today. And you can see here we had a nice push down on the dollar Swiss, and you can see it broke through that channel that we had developed here on the low side, then on the upside. And so we're above those levels. We're getting to the 9,300 area here on the dollar Swiss. We've reached a high of 92.84, and you can see that 200 MA is currently sitting at, where is it, 93.10, so about 20 or 30 pips away from that. And so that's what we have going on the dollar Swiss. We don't have a trade right now. We had a change from red to green. The change to green was just not strong enough for us to take a buy, and so I'm going to really actually redress our systems here, our SDP systems here, because I really want to know if there's a better setting because of the way the market is moving here recently. But anyway, the pound dollar was another pair. We had a change from green to red, got us into a sell. We got our first take profit or move to break even, and then it closed out. And you can see here that there's a lot more downside here. It went 360 pips, and would have been nice for us to get a hold of that. We were hoping for you can see here that we kind of had this lower area of support here, and we had this trend line here. Basically we had a small breakout of that apex, if you will, and we also still have that upper trend line that we expected to retest. We have not even come close to that trend line again as price continues to drop here on the pound dollar. So the pound dollar led us right into this pound yen. We had a pound yen buy yesterday, and that pound yen buy was obviously, went against us 180 pips or so. We're currently in a sell for this pound yen. And, we can definitely hit that pound yen sell area, most definitely, especially as we get down to, we're right before that 50 EMA, which is a great area of support. So we've got plenty of room to hit our take profit, and our stop loss is quite a bit away. So pound yen trade looks good. All right, so the Aussie dollar, did I call it or did I call it? We essentially I should have taken this trade and I didn't, in discretionary, but I said it. Basically, we have the same kind of movement that we had on the Aussie dollar. We've had it the entire time, and basically it's respecting this 200 MA. It's bouncing off of that area, and that's exactly what we saw again. So the 200 MA was at 1.0374. Price went up to 1.0365, so within 9 pips of that high, and then it just slams down. And it was actually a beautiful trade. It was a beautiful opportunity had you gotten 131 pips on the Aussie dollar, which is a very good range for that particular pair. If I go down to the lower time frame, I bet I can see it much better. And you can see that, we can't see the 1.3074 area, but it's right above here. And that was a very good good opportunity to get in right about here and really take that thing down. Had you been aware of what was going on in the Aussie dollar daily, which we did. We knew what was going on there. I personally didn't take that trade. I was concentrating on the euro. And so anyway. So here we have the euro yen. The euro yen was a talk for a while, and I want to talk about that trade because we had a reversal candle here at a very strong area of support, and also on this trend line, which has continued to hold, which is kind of odd. I'd like to see it break it so that I could feel much more positive about this sell. But the right now, we're still in a buy trade on the euro yen. We had a change from red to green, gave us a buy trade. Price kind of played around. We went a little bit above into profit, and then we came back into to the break-even level. And you can see here that price went against us quite a bit, 119 pips here. And so we're kind of sitting at this lower trend line, 1, 2, 3, 4, this lower trend line here, and we've got open trades here that we need to take care of. So what's going to happen here is either we get a break of this trend line here, we get a retest of it, and price pushes up because we are in another apex. By the way, this other apex, now that we've broken through this area, I think I can remove this, get that out of the way there. And you can see here that we're in this pennant still, and we do have a narrowing. And even now, even though we had this massive movement on the euro yen, we are still in that apex. So the question is going to be, where do we go from here? Obviously, we want it to push up so that we can get our first take profit on this euro yen and start making some of our money back. But we are right in the apex, and it's still respected this area of support and this area of resistance here. It's incredible that we don't have an awful lot of room in between here for these two trend lines. Right now, where we're looking at for the day, the trend line low, let's see, it's about 124.24, and the upper portion is at 125.12, which is about 90 pips, 88 pips. So we, we can look for some, some form of a breakout here tomorrow. Potentially, maybe a sell on the euro yen. I'm not sure. Hopefully, a buy so we can get out of this position for the euro yen. But we'll have to wait and see what happens. But we're still in the apex, and this is really interesting where we're at right now because it really doesn't give us a bias. It doesn't really tell us very much of anything. We're just here and obviously based upon the trend, you've got to expect that it's going to go to the upside. That's textbook anyway. We got to look for a break of this because it's still holding this level for the time being. So, you know, we'll wait and see what happens here. All right, so looking at our IBO Rev candles, IBO Rev had a setup. We had a 1, 2, 3 bar followed by sell reversal candle. It never got taken. Okay, so this sell reversal we had to break the low to get into it. We never got into that. Price moved up, gave us a nice IBO. So that's it as far as the IBO Rev is concerned. We don't have a trade there. But as far as the IBO, that we did have a trade. So we had a 48 pip trade, hit our first take profit right in here, and our second position moved to break even. We had a maximum favorable excursion of 110 pips, and we're currently sitting up at 98 pips of profit on that IBO inside breakout trade that we had. All right, and so the Euro 4 hour here, you know, basically, guys, we had a change from green to red on the Euro Dollar Quattro, and the Quattro took care of business here, which I'm glad to see. And we had an entry. We had about 30 pips of risk. Price moved down 114 pips, and we're still in this trade 98 pips of profit on the FxEdge Quattro. You can see that we've broken through this area of support that had held up 1, 2, 3, 4 times here, and we're going to be looking for maybe a bounce off this area and a continuation to the downside from what I'm seeing here on this Euro Dollar, unless we get a big reversal candle here on this Aussie dollar, on this Euro Dollar here, because you know, it'd have to give us a railroad tracks or something, because right now, you know, it's below the area of support, and so that's, you know, that's what we have to expect. So this trade is up 110 pips. IBO is currently up as well, big time pips, 100 pips. And our STP is down 118 pips on the Euro Yen, and flat as far as pound yen is concerned. We have a pound yen sell. And so let's take a look at some of our other currencies. We did not get a triple threat sell. We didn't get a triple threat trade here, unfortunately, because that would have been a very nice one. Our filter didn't get us in. And then what we have is, of course, our FxEdge ATR Sniper, which has gotten us into a sell right now. And you can see here that price is basically stalled. We had a lot of movement, so we could see a retracement. Well, I'm hoping that it continues to move down first and hits our first take profit here, so that we can get out of this trade. But the ATR Sniper did pick up a sell trade, and we are in a sell trade at 132.89, and the stop loss is currently at $133.12. So about 20 to 30 pips on that. Hey, Betty, did you get a message from my staff as far as your BW account is concerned? Because I talked to them about that for you in our meeting a couple of days ago. Okay, great, thanks. Keep me posted, please. All right, guys, to the rest of you, you know, we'll just have to wait and see where the price goes from here. We do have another day to look at tomorrow. I'm really interested to see where this goes. I want to see if we get a retest. My take is this: one or two things can happen. We've got a point of decision that we've got to consider here. I'm going to go back to the Euro Dollar here. And so this 133.00 area is an area to be tested on the lower time frame. Go down to the H1 here. This is where we're at. So if we look at this 38.2 and right in this area, we could see, you know, a retest of this area, and you know, we'll have to wait and see if we get a strong reversal signal off of it. If we do, then, you know, it's pretty much a sell off of that point. If the market is even thinking about getting back to that point, that would be where it would go. Not sure, Mike. I'll check. I'll check on that for you. All right, guys. Thanks very much for your time. I'll be back here tomorrow, as I am every Monday through Thursday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And let's see what how this market unfolds. I'll talk to you soon. All the best. Bye-bye. Yeah, I'll check on it, Mike, for you, and I'll get back with you tomorrow. I'm sure they've already gotten back with you. I'll check with them, with my team. I always have meetings about 2 or 3 times a week with them anyway. All right.